Alright boys, welcome back to another video. Swaggy here. Tonight we're going to be reacting to the Golden State Warriors' biggest win of the season at home against the Dallas Mavericks, 120 to 117. Klay Thompson made his return and he played exceptionally well. You could tell there was something a little bit extra out there for both sides. The Warriors brought it out of the gate. Klay popped off. 6 of 12 from 3, 22 points. You can tell he's just very familiar in that building. I know the Warriors ended up moving, but you guys get what I mean. He won 4 championships, and it just was emotional. But both teams, they went out there, they played hard, and the Warriors came out victorious. But the reason why the Warriors won this game was because of Steph Curry. Man, was he on one tonight. Down the stretch, hit clutch shot after clutch shot. Curry had ice water in his veins. He just refused to let the Dubs walk out of there with a loss. 37 points plus 24, which was a game high for the Warriors. 5 of 12 from 3, 14 to 27, 35 minutes, 9 assists, 6 boards. I mean, Steph, 2 blocks and a steal. Steph, guys, he's playing some of the best ball that he has in his career, for being honest. I know he hasn't played in every game this year, but against OKC down the stretch, just clutch. Of course, against the Celtics, same thing, coming up clutch. And now against the Mavericks, going out there and winning the Warriors this game. There was contribution across the board. You got 14 from Melton, 13 from Draymond. Good game both sides. 16 from Kuminga, 14 from Buddy. But just having the best player on the floor, and yes, the best player on the floor, Steph is better than Luka, and he's better than Kyrie. He's gotten it done as the #1 guy back in that 21-22 season. Well, Steph's done it multiple times, of course. He should have really 2 MVPs, 2 Finals MVPs, if we're being honest. But the thing about Steph is he doesn't need the ball in his hands to make plays. He just feeds off of other guys' energy, and when he catches it, he's so dangerous. But there was a play where he had a big man on him down the stretch, and Steph just shook him off, hit a step back 3. I've seen Steph do that so many times where he has a center on him, and he probably could blow by him for a layup, but he ends up just taking the 3 ball and knocking it down. I mean, nobody does it better in the game. Steph came into this one shooting 44% from 3. Like I said, he goes 5 of 12. The Warriors as a team shot at 34% from 3. It's about league average. So it wasn't like they were automatic tonight, 47.9% from the field. But down the stretch, their defense got it done. Especially, guys, we were down, what was it, like 7 points late in this fourth quarter, and I was getting nervous because the shots weren't falling. But then the defense kicked in. Steph ends up stripping Luka. Draymond Green with a clutch block. That's the difference between a team like the Warriors from 21-22, the last season, to now, is they get it done with their defense. They're the #2 ranked defensive team in the NBA, only behind the OKC Thunder. This team has what it takes to win a championship. I'm telling you that right now. I've been saying it the entire offseason. Of course, they're now 9-2. Just the way these guys move on the perimeter, and you also get your rim protection from Draymond Green. You get it from Kevon Looney, who, of course, came in at the end of this game and made some clutch plays, as he always does. We saw Looney do that against the Celtics. I mean, the Warriors, everyone was saying when they got off to that quick start that they can't beat good teams. But, guys, they've beaten the Celtics, which was on the road. They've beaten the OKC Thunder on the road. And now they've beaten the Mavs in their own building. I mean, we're talking about 3 NBA championship contenders right there. 2 of those 3 teams were in the finals last season, and then OKC was projected to finish with the best record in the West. I'm so proud of these guys just for going out there and being resilient. It wasn't all pretty. Outscored 36-26 in the second quarter, but you respond, of course, with a 37-26 third. And then in the fourth quarter, the Mavericks were controlling it. Like I said, 7, 6, 5 minutes left. The Mavs had all the momentum, but all it takes is one play, forcing a turnover, which leads to some easy buckets. And that's just what the Warriors have been doing all season, is turning defense and offense and just being extremely efficient. Especially to pick up this win when your 3 ball wasn't exactly on is huge, man. And the Mavs, they weren't shooting it well either. They were 32.4% from 3, 52.4% from the field. They're a little bit better, but the Dubs, they just made the key plays. And that's what they've been doing this early season, is when the game's on the line, their guys are able to step up and make timely buckets. Andrew Wiggins, I cannot speak enough about him. I mean, he had 8 points tonight, but he was a plus 16. He contributed with those 2 steals at a block. Goes out there, gets 4 assists. So you can see it's not like the Warriors lit it up tonight. 120 points is very good. But you get Trace Jackson Davis, for example. Andrew Wiggins both scored 8 points, but Jackson Davis with 9 boards, 2 steals, and 2 assists. Jackson Davis, he hasn't been playing exactly the best ball that he can, but in this one, I thought he had a good one. It was 3 of 5 from the field. Of course, leads the league in field goal percentage. Does need to work on his free throws, though. I missed 4 of them. But Melton gets the start again for the second consecutive one. Of course, came off the bench, was great in that second half against the Cavs, but he goes 6 of 12 from the field, scores 14 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Melton's two-way ability is why he's in the starting lineup. A guy like a Gary Payton II, defensively, he's a stud, but he doesn't space the floor like Melton does. So Melton gives you good defense, quick instincts and reaction, but also, again, knocks down the three. He hit a three late in this game when the Warriors were slightly getting some momentum, like I said, with their defense, and Melton just pulled up, top of the key, knocks it down. And from there on, the Warriors just kind of took control. And John Kuminga, he gets moved to the bench, 3 games into the season, and he's been crushing it. Another good game for him, 16 points on 6 of 11 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3. Kuminga's shooting it without hesitation as well, which has been the big thing. I'm very proud of him and his development. Remember, he's only 22 years old. 5 rebounds, a steal, an assist. Kevon Looney, guys, 11 boards, just like the Celtics game, comes up huge with those boards, 9 of them being offensive, which is what I love the most about Looney. If he can stay healthy and continue to contribute, I think the Warriors legitimately, guys, are going to be able to go out there and win the West and win another championship. Him and Jackson Davis are definitely the biggest wild cards to this team, because if the Warriors were to upgrade at the trade deadline, which is going to be in a couple of months or whatever, it probably would be a 5, an offensive-minded 5. But again, if Looney can continue to do this, 15 minutes, 11 boards, is just unbelievably good. Buddy Hield, 21 minutes, 6 of 13 from the field. His 3 ball was off tonight, 2 of 8, but he does give you 14 points, was a minus 21. Not the best game from Buddy, if I'm being completely honest. And then Moses Moody in 12 minutes was a minus 15. Podziemski a minus 19. This is a guy that was at the top of the NBA and plus and minus. And yeah, the bench just didn't bring it. Let's just be completely honest. The one guy that did, I guess, was Peyton. He was a plus 4 in 7 minutes. But overall, the starters got it done. You want to win a championship, you certainly need bench, you need depth, but it's going to come down to the final 5 guys that are out there when it matters. And the Warriors, their closing lineup is just as good as it gets. Steph can take over. Melton's clutch. We know Wiggins is clutch. Kevon Looney just makes play after play. Man, it's awesome. And then Draymond, guys, with his defense, blocking 2 shots, getting 3 steals, 7 boards, 6 assists, 11 points. Draymond, he's playing some of the best ball of his career, if I'm being honest. Just his leadership, too. A lot of young guys on this team. Jackson Davis, Kuminga, Moses Moody, Podziemski, and we're talking about first, second year type of guys, and they're being asked to help the Warriors win a championship and just sort of complement these veterans. So I'm very impressed with this team and this performance. This reminds me a lot of the Warriors from that 21-22 season. I know I probably sound like a broken record, but this is not the Warriors team that we were projected to be, which was 7th, 8th seed type of team if we were lucky. This is a team that legit is dangerous, elite defensively, offensively down the stretch. They're so good. And even when the shots aren't falling, the Warriors, again, they get timely stops. They force takeaways. Kyrie and Luka didn't really do too much down this one. Kyrie statistically 8 of 13, 21. Luka 13 of 27, 31. Klay 7 of 17, 22. They scored, but when it mattered, they were nowhere to be found. And Quentin Grimes scared me. He had a step back 3, which ended up cutting it to 1. And then we got a couple of clutch free throws, and thankfully Luka missed a 3. What is that? Luka missed a clutch shot against the Nuggets and now against the Warriors. So Luka's going to have to step up and go out there and be a little bit better. But for the Dubs, man, definitely going to celebrate this one. It was a great win. In my opinion, this is the biggest win of the season. I know we beat the Celtics, the reigning champs, on the road, but there was something a little bit extra to it, man, with Klay going to Dallas and also Jaylen Brown and Kristaps Porzingis to not play against the Celtics. Still a great win, but this was a special win, man. It's one that I just wanted to get really badly, and they got it done. So, guys, I'll see you. Peace.